All right, we live.
Yes,
Beer
sir.
game in full effect. So, to start this show tonight, I'm gonna pass it over to my boy Bryson. You got a few words you want to say to the people?
First of all, hey everybody, how y'all doing? Hope everything's been lovely with y'all and all that good stuff. But I'm starting it off today. Typically the host Cody, would start it off in good fashion, but today it's a little different because it was some tension going on a little bit before this. And what I mean by that is in the beginning of the season, we made a little friendly bet between me and one of the members of some push-ups, and then what got us added on to it was a phrase. So, David, you have the floor.
All right, y'all. The first bet is for me to say that Lamar Jackson is underrated.
Hey,
Ooh,
hey, it broke up a little bit. Can you say it? I couldn't.
hey, say it again for the people in the back.
I,
Lamar Jackson is underrated.
Hey, say it one more time. The homeless people didn't hear you. One more time.
homeless. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Lamar Jackson
Uh huh.
is underrated.
You're really
Ooh.
getting off easy. And then, you know,
I gotta do my 20, 50 push-ups. I don't know.
uh, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's see.
Oh,
Man, boy, man. Hey. See, the thing is, guys, we don't really do too much betting, so we only do things that's gonna make us better. Push-ups is never a bad situation if you got to do them. So yeah, that's why we choose to go with it anytime we make a situation. Yeah. Oh yeah.
seriously, man.
Oh, oh.
Yeet, yeet,
Been a man
yeet,
to me, I wouldn't be
yeet,
doing that.
yeet, yeet.
Hey man, what is it called? I don't know if you want to bet with me no more. I don't know. It's starting to sting a little bit. Good stuff, David. Good stuff, man. That's a good sport right there. Boy, clap it up for that man.
Sting, I know it.
Hey, man. That's what I'm talking about, David.
Good
Yeah.
job, dude.
Good sport, man. Good sport. That's what I like, man.
Good sport. He's still going.
That boy going. He said he going. We ain't really doing push-ups though, but he's still
Good
going.
God Almighty. Come on, man. Let him. He doing.
Good stuff, David. Appreciate you being a good sport, man.
All right, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Good sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship. So,
Absolutely.
without further ado, let's get straight to it, y'all. I want to talk about this right now. We're gonna get straight to it. So, of course, everybody saw that Monday night game. Ravens versus 49ers.
Sport.
That was probably one of the biggest games, if not the biggest game of the year, as far as notoriety, playoffs, there's a lot of that. So, of course, we all saw the Ravens and what they did and everything. Lamar looked great. So here's the question. Who is y'all MVP right now? Has Lamar Jackson taken the throne as far as MVP candidate? And since we got a Ravens fan here, Bryson, we're gonna start with you.
Hey man, that's not my alias. Address me by what they call me. What you call me?
Big J.
Come on now. All right,
Big
yeah,
J.
bro.
All right, Big J. Talk to him, Big
Hey,
J.
hey, and I ain't no new Ravens fan. I see y'all boys. I see y'all in the comments. I ain't never seen this many Ravens fans. Stay here. Stay on that side.
All right, Big J.
But anyway, all right, going into it.
Talk to him.
Started off. This is what I'm gonna say. Now, this wasn't just a game. It was the game. It was the game of the season. The game. You had the best from the AFC versus the best from the NFC. Lil Mikey and all these other sports analysts, they was coming, talking how they was talking, saying like, it was gonna be one-sided. We had to go to San Francisco. San Francisco, been thumping other teams very convincingly. So, it was set up as if it wasn't even going to be a matchup and that basically everybody else is playing for second place. So we went into that thing, handled business. First of all, got to give props to the defense. The defense held their own. They did their thing. They made that game one-sided. But this is where we go into the Lamar debate. This is where we go into why I feel as if Lamar is the front runner now of MVP. When Lamar went, let me say this before I even go into that. Not only was this the game of games and the game of the season, but you had a situation now to where literally 3 NFL MVP candidates were playing each other. In a situation like that, everybody knew what was up for grabs with winning this game. CMC knew, Purdy knew, Lamar knew. What's the card? That's why they even hyped it up. Your front cover, Cody, showed the stat line before the game. So going into this, it was some high stakes for sure. And then playoff implications, of course, because we still fighting for the number 1 seed. The reason why I feel that Lamar is now front runner for MVP is, again, because he went in this game and he handled business. If you looked with the eye test and saw what happened, what transpired, he made that 49ers team not even look as if they a top 2 defense in the league. That same defense, that same team that was thumping everybody else was unprepared, unorganized, fumbling, all type of stuff. And I'm just talking about on the offensive side. Yes, we know defense handled business. That 3rd and 16 with Lamar. Sorry about that, y'all. That 3rd and 16 when Lamar made that scramble was beautiful. Had Fred Warner a top linebacker. Some people call him the top. I'm a Roquan guy. But killed them. Killed all them boys. The touchdown dot to where he ran out of the pocket, made a play, and hit Nelson Aguilar with a dot. That was the kind of stuff that was happening the whole game, to where literally the 49ers were actually playing good defense. And if things stuck according to how it was supposed to go, or it was supposed to be to where Lamar hit the designated receiver before the route, they would have probably, won and so forth. But every time Lamar was making a masterful play, and it was just seen now on a larger scale. Yes, I do know that Lamar's stats don't, as far as
add up,
everything else, stand up in the same situation with other quarterbacks and so forth and so on. But as far as looking at the matchup, everybody, has now the question of, who should be MVP? Christian McCaffrey still deserves it. Tyreek Hill still deserves it, so forth and so on. But in the same way, this one matchup, this one head-to-head matchup made everybody take Purdy out the conversation. It can be the same way it can catapult somebody else into the conversation. And Lamar has already had strides of showing MVP play. Take it the Rams, take it the Seahawks, take it the Lions to begin with. So in the same way that it got completely removed, that Purdy is not an afterthought, even with the stats that he had, the stats weren't irrelevant no more, because what your eyes told you. Your eyes told you that Lamar was the X factor, and to go into Christian McCaffrey, as big as a X factor, I'm sorry, y'all, and I'm gonna end it off on this. As big as Christian McCaffrey, an X factor as he is, he couldn't get that win. He couldn't catapult his team to get that victory. So in the first half, he dominated, but in the second half, he got shut out. So what does that say? So, and then last but not least, the record. The record. He ain't just doing this. He's doing whatever it takes and doing what is needed to get dubs. We have the best record in the NFL, point blank period.
Okay. I like that. Definitely spitted a lot of facts. Move on. Let's move on to David. Now, David, I'm interested to hear your viewpoint of this, because you've been talking in this group chat. So.
Yes, I have.
Go ahead and speak your piece, my dog.
I think Christian McCaffrey deserves the MVP. For one, if you look at his scrimmage yards, he got over 1,800 scrimmage yards and plus 20 plus touchdowns. And if you see their offense really runs through him, through the 49ers. He's a great running back, and he's great at receiving also. So we can see that his impact on the game, and plus he's been playing great all year. There's no quarterback that deserves the MVP because they haven't been consistent all year. You just look at the stats or the eye test. Just look around the whole league. If you look at the stats are all down as far as numbers. And we know that the MVP consists of stats, story, and wins. And Christian McCaffrey has all three of those. So that's why I think Christian McCaffrey deserves the MVP.
Ooh, okay. Andrew, let's get your comment in, bro. What you think?
If you didn't really know anything about football, and you're just watching the game, and you were to ask the person next to you who doesn't know anything about the game, who was the best player on the field? The answer is either Lamar Jackson. I mean, he went in there, and as was mentioned, didn't take care of business, took care of business out there in Santa Clara. It made the Niners look like fools. And what likely factored into that, San Francisco had never faced a quarterback like that either this year. So I think that's also another factor into that as well.
I like that. Good point. All right, John. Who you think MVP this year, bro?
Let's see Matt. I want Christian McCaffrey win if you ask me who I want. Because the running back ain't MVP since Adrian Peterson. So it's been quarterback every year. Quarterback, I would like to change up. He has been spectacular. Lamar has been, dynamic things. I always said if he could just his arm, his throwing abilities, his running abilities, he would be unstoppable. But I would just personally like the running back win the award. That's been like quarterback for so long.
Okay. So Christian McCaffrey is your choice, right? John?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to see Chris win the award because as a running back, we haven't seen a running back win since Adrian Peterson.
Okay. So we got 2 for Christian McCaffrey, 2 for Lamar. My boy Dom just got in here. Cowboy Nation.
My boy Dom.
All right, Dominique. I gotta hear you,
Dominique.
man.
I gotta hear you, man.
I hear a lot of feedback, so hopefully it's not too bad on my end. But
Not too bad on my end. But yeah, I'm definitely hearing a lot.
hold on, give me 1 second.
All right.
Hold
Okay,
on, give me 1 second.
While he get his straightened out, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and stay with me. So I look at it like this. I know we were saying folks were talking about Tua being in the MVP conversation, but Tyreek Hill has a lot to do with that. Tua wasn't doing this before Tyreek Hill got there, so I can't really say like Tua will be the front runner for MVP. And the same way I look at the 49ers, I agree with David sentiment on Christian McCaffrey. I do feel like that offense runs through him, and the running game allows Brock Purdy to do his thing. Now, I do think that if they didn't have Christian McCaffrey, and they didn't have a solid run game, I don't know if Brock Purdy would be the same player he is. I think Christian McCaffrey opens up that offense for him to make throws and all that. But if I have to do it, man, I'm gonna have to say Lamar Jackson. And this is the reason why I say Lamar. After watching that game, I was talking with Bryson about this because I was like, them boys gonna get blown out. And I actually thought that. I thought it was, 49ers. I was like, them boys legit this year. But with Lamar actually out there on the field doing what he did against the number one defense, well, you can make an argument between Baltimore and 49ers defense is top, but they're definitely a top 3 defense. And for him to go out there and do what he did against that type of defense, against that type of team, it really shows that Lamar has always been a cheat code. And of course, we know that he never had weapons. So for him to have weapons actually this year, to actually see what he looked like with legitimate wide receivers against a top defense, and for him to go out there and did what he did, that's remarkable, man. Like, I have to give it to him. Yeah, he made the season, like I know Bryce was saying the numbers may not add up to what it is, and that is true. Because if y'all saw the thumbnail, Brock Purdy numbers was better than his before coming into this game. But I felt like that game being a statement game on national TV, you had to come with it. And Brock Purdy didn't come with it. A lot of it did have to come from Baltimore's defense, but 49ers defense is legit too. And Lamar slicing them and dicing them. So, hey, I got to give credit to where it's due. And Lamar definitely is number 1 right now for MVP for me. So, now let me let Dominique back in. All right, Dom, we got you in here. So
Me personally, I'm gonna say Tyreek Hill. And the reason why he's MVP for this season,
okay.
For one, he changed the game when it comes to receivers. He's not the tallest, he's not the strongest. He's 5'11". He's super fast, so you can't really take him out of the MVP conversation because what he has done to the NFL, he's the best right now. You can single cover him, he can still get open. You can double cover him, he can still get open. You could try to zone coverage, it ain't gonna work. So you got to have that plan A, B, and C to slow that man down. And what I've seen from him, he made Tua look good because he's one of the best receivers in the league. And so, me personally, I think Tyreek Hill should be the MVP. I have nothing against Lamar Jackson. He's good. But I don't think he's the MVP worthy of the discussion right now. I think Tyreek Hill is the best player in the league right now who deserves that MVP spot.
Okay. Now, I will say this before y'all dive into a little bit more. If Tyreek Hill was like on pace, well, not on pace, but let's just say if Tyreek Hill broke that 2,000-yard receiving record, without a doubt in my mind, he would be MVP right now. Even Lamar just had what he had, I would still pick Tyreek because we ain't never seen that before. But the fact that Tyreek missed the game, and I'm not saying he missed the game, he's out, but it's just the fact that I felt like that stopped him from getting 2,000 yards. If he was,
he can still get it though. He can still get it.
But it's a very slim chance because he's not even 100%. And they playing who they playing this week? Y'all.
The Ravens.
And Jalen Waddle's not playing. So it's gonna be
Jalen Waddle's not playing?
No. That means they're gonna be on Tyreek like white on rice. So I feel like
if Waddle was not playing, then I don't want to hear no excuses if Tyreek gets 2 touchdowns or 250 yards or 170 yards. If he's putting up good numbers,
he has.
The Ravens.
He's been putting up great numbers, bro.
He already solidified himself as an MVP candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. He's right behind. I'll with you on that, Dominique. He's right behind Lamar, but you know how this league is. They don't give it to wide receivers or running backs. There's always the quarterback. That's why they need to change the name to quarterback league MVP because they never give it to the other positions, which is stupid to me because you do have, like I said, Tyreek Hill makes that team. He makes Tua what he is. Tua was doing this before Tyreek Hill got there. I stand on that.
And when you look at Kansas City, they're struggling right now on offensively. They have nobody.
They ain't got nobody.
Now, even though they won last year without Tyreek Hill, They have no receivers. The offense looks crappy.
Yeah.
Tyreek is the real deal. And then if he keep this up throughout his career, he's gonna be in my top 5 best receivers of all times.
First of all, he's 30. He ain't gonna be playing too much longer. But anyway, let me talking about keep it out career. He already had his career. Anyway, as I have to say, with the CMC and Tyreek Hill thing, I'll start with the CMC. Does anybody remember when 49ers went on that 3-game losing stretch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who was not there? Was it CMC or
Debo wasn't there. He was hurt.
Oh, all right. Keep
Debo.
that, right?
Williams.
CMC was still there, right?
Mm-hmm.
As
Okay.
good as CMC numbers was it enough to help them come over to get over that losing stretch? No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Debo got back. Debo was the expert. So my thing is, as good as CMC is, the reason why I look at MVP and I feel like it is, and rightfully so, should be a quarterback thing, because the quarterback has the most impact. As good as CMC was, and again, the first half of that Ravens game, when they dialed it up and came back in the second half, he didn't do little of nothing. Versus a
You know why?
quarterback.
Let him speak, Dominique. Let him continue.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Versus a quarterback, what's it called? The same situation. Lamar looked better in the second half of the game. They had time to say, hey, this is not working. He's slicing us up here. He came back and looked better. I don't know the exact stats, but that's when he scored all his touchdowns. Along with the Tyreek Hill situation. I'm all for Tyreek Hill. I got him on my fantasy team. He a beast for sure. But the fact that he missed a game, that's going to hurt you. But I'm the type to say, if he can come in, especially with no Jalen Waddle, because I'm not going to lie, part of the reason why Tyreek Hill eats so much is because you got somebody on the other side of the field that's just as fast.
Exactly.
So if you can't double coverage, or you can only do so much because you're going to leave this other man wide open.
Exactly. Right.
So the fact that he's not going to be there, it's going to be Tyreek Hill time. So if he can go in, even with missing one game, and the Miami Dolphins can win, and he has a convincing, compelling game, then he should deserve MVP. But if they go in and the Ravens handle business like I think they will, and Lamar has it don't even have to be an amazing performance, but just a good performance, it's done. The MVP conversation. I will say Lamar is the front runner right now, but it's still open. But if we win this game next week, the conversation is closed.
I want to say that, but okay.
Okay.
The only reason why Christian McCaffrey couldn't do anything is because they were stacking the box. Then stopped the run. So if you stack in the box and your best receiver is out, of course you're gonna have a slow running game.
And don't forget about
Hey, that's a good point,
their
bro.
best offensive line was out too during those 3 stretches.
Yeah, I forgot Teron Armstead. Yeah.
And also
But-
I can say this about C-Mac and Lamar Jackson. Who's been more dominant, C-Mac or Lamar Jackson?
Lamar, what do you mean? What's the record say?
We don't go by records. We going by a record is a team stat, not a personal performance. There's a difference.
Take that. All right. You take Lamar away. We 12-3?
No, you take.
All right, then. So what do you mean?
What do you mean? Like I said, it's based off performance. The reason why Brock Purdy is not in the MVP conversation is because of his performance, not because he lost.
The thing is, though, how many games did it take to change that? He dominated the Cowboys. He dominated the Eagles. He dominated so many teams.
Who?
Purdy. One team, one game changed the whole outlook of Purdy to where he's now not in the MVP conversation. So if one game, if one head-to-head matchup can catapult you and take you away from the conversation, one game can catapult you into the conversation and make you front runner. How can it be different?
Because he's not as dominant as he can be. Lamar Jackson hasn't been as dominant as C-Mac has been. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that right now.
The thing is, like I brought up a valid point. You can tell me, so forth and so on was out. We lost Mark Andrews, we lost J.K. Dobbins, right?
Okay.
Did that affect our losses or did that affect our wins? No. He still went out there and made it do what it do. So you telling me that CMC lost his tackle, Debo was out. Okay, now it's time for you the MVP, you the most valuable player. Go win us these games.
It's more
he couldn't do that. I mean, he couldn't do it on his own. What's it called?
It's about the whole year. It's not about that.
Well,
that
but in
just one
fairness,
game.
though,
Hey,
Lamar,
go ahead, John. Go ahead.
But in fairness, though, Lamar, he controls where the ball goes. C-Mac doesn't.
That's
so
what
Lamar
I'm saying.
want to take it with it, he can. C-Mac can't just. Go ahead.
I agree with that,
C-Mac
John.
can't do that. He got to depend on Purdy to get him the ball to do what he got to do.
That's why, for me personally, it is always MVP is always going to be dominated by the quarterback.
But
Because
nobody's
they
arguing
are
it's going to be mostly dominated by quarterback. But this year it shouldn't be a quarterback. Like I said, the quarterback position hasn't been good this year, which prompts me to say that nobody that's playing the quarterback
You
position
can't say it ain't
deserves
been
the
good though, because it's been good quarterback play.
I'm not saying
John.
it hasn't been. I'm talking about consistently. It hasn't been consistently a good quarterback play throughout the year.
All right, I'm going to split this whole Cody.
But
One more point.
You're gonna have bad
Let
games
Andrew
though.
go. He didn't have
Every
it.
MVP ain't perfect.
Okay.
Hey, hold on, Bryce. Let
You can't just say
Andrew
he
go.
ain't been perfect. Yeah, no, he's perfect.
Andrew, go ahead real quick.
Yeah, just to go back, just in regards to Tyreek Hill, because the thing with the Dolphins is that they haven't really beaten a quality team, all year. Just real quick with Tyreek Hill, his stats, he has not gone over 100 yards against a quality team this year. Right? Against Dallas, it was 99. The Chiefs, it was 62. Philly, 88. Buffalo, 58. That's not MVP worthy.
But who
Are you serious?
Against, those are quality teams. Those teams
You
there
go
over
back to other
500.
MVP. I don't like
Who throwing him the ball?
Hey, Cody, that's a good point. The only thing I would say about this, and John, you can agree with this, because I know you felt compelled and you felt some type of way. We already kind of started having a conversation about this before the podcast came up, viewers. So, this is just something that I'm bringing to the forefront with y'all. Take college football. Say what you will about how everything turned out. Why did Alabama get thrusted in the playoffs, even though compared to resume, Georgia had the better comparable stats, Alabama did not? The reason why, because in a head-to-head matchup, regardless of stats, they came out with the victory. Now, I personally still think that Georgia is the best team and possibly could beat every single one of them playoff teams. But the fact that it's Alabama beat them, so that's why they threw stats and so forth out the window.
But
it's the same situation when you have a game of this magnitude. This is literally possibly a Super Bowl preview. It's not just like a regular game. And again, if you're going to have one standard, you got to have the same standard in all situations. If it can take a person from being the front runner of MVP and take him out the conversation, how can it not catapult somebody into the conversation to be front runner? That's all I'm saying.
Well, I don't hold the same standard the media says, so
okay.
I don't do that. I don't catapult somebody just because they beat somebody. It's about the whole entire year, not just one game. Yes, it's the game of the year. Even though it's the game of the year, you still have to consider the whole year, because that's what the MVP is judged off, the whole year, not just one game, not just one important game, but the whole entire year. Like I said, win, stats, and story. That's what it considers in the MVP. Lamar has 2 of the 3. Tyreek Hill and C-Mac have 3 of the 3. And that's why they should be considered more of a front runner than Lamar Jackson.
David, explain when we got the better record. How do they have win stats?
We're 12 quarterback. A win is not a quarterback stat.
But you
it's a team effort.
MVP was win, stats, and story.
Yeah, win, stats, and story. How many more wins does Lamar Jackson have over both of them?
It don't matter. He has more.
Matter.
You just said you came out your mouth.
Consider all 3 of them. Lamar Jackson only has 2.
How can they have all 3 of them if there's somebody that you're not considering an MVP candidate that has more? That means they have 2 of the 3, and then Lamar has 2 of the 3. That don't make sense, David. That means
they had the year Adrian Peterson won the MVP. What was his record? What was the record of the Vikings? Was he number 1 seed?
I don't know. You tell me.
They wasn't.
There wasn't
number 1 seed. So you can't really say that it's
what was the point of what he did?
What was the point? He rushed for 2,000 yards
Exactly.
and
So
made
what has
the
something?
playoffs. You proving my point.
Christian McCaffrey has not. He hasn't done something that hasn't been done before. Has he rushed more
But
touchdowns than LaDainian
that
Tomlinson?
shouldn't be the standard though. If the quarterback isn't being consistent this year, why should the quarterback get it? Just answer that. Why should the quarterback get it if they haven't been consistent all year?
I just broke it down in the game to where it mattered the most. The
Don't
game
give
to
me
where
the game. Give me I said the year, not the game. The year.
listen
The whole
in the
year.
game to where it mattered the most, to where you're literally playing the other MVP candidate. It'll be one thing if it's just another game. If you're playing the other MVP candidates, that holds magnitude. That holds something. That's not a regular situation. And then again, you saying you may not be, but you're speaking for one in a couple. Anybody that watches football that saw that game and you say that Brock Purdy was still an MVP candidate, even with those stats after that game, that's you not being real. So if the same thing can happen to take you out the conversation, it can catapult you in the conversation as well.
Well, I didn't say Brock Purdy was an MVP candidate after that game.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up this topic. Y'all boys bringing the heat. I love it though. Right. But y'all made some valid points though. I mean, just to wrap it up, sum it up, David, I do understand where you coming from, but like you said, the media don't look at it like that. They're gonna always pick the quarterback. So that's just the society we live in. I do agree that, like I said before, if Tyreek did get a 2,000 yards, there's no question that he would have got MVP, because that's just something that never been done before. Like Bryson said, something like that magnitude. But since the media don't look at it like that, bro, it's gonna always go to a quarterback, and that's just how it is, But I do think that Lamar right now is the front runner. I mean, it can change, but right now he's the lead. He's the lead right now, just based on what he did. So, all right, let's move on though, y'all. Let's move on to the next topic. What team is under the radar that can make a run this year? Some very underrated teams this year that can really make a run. Dominique, let's start with you, bro. Who you think can make a run this year as far as an underrated team?
I mean, I will say the Cowboys. I'm gonna have faith in my Cowboys, the Cowgirls.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
Let me just say this.
Your own team, the Cowgirls.
Look. Let me speak my piece real quick. So, I understand we have some weaknesses. Our run defense is kind of suspect. We can't stop the run, so we need to work on that. Mm-hmm. But overall, as a team, I think we have a chance. The only thing I'm concerned about is not only on our defense, but our running game needs to be improving. I like the way Dak is playing at a high level, even though we're playing against losing team records. We have a chance. Based on the games I've seen, like against the Eagles, we played pretty darn well. We played against Miami Dolphins. We played pretty well. I think Dak Prescott played decent, even though the defense didn't play at a high level like I wanted them to. This next game against the Lions will be a true test a little bit. I think Jared Goff, that offense and that defense can put a little pressure on the Cowboys. So I hope we go to the playoffs, into the deep playoffs, the NFC Championship, maybe, hopefully. If we are consistent in defense-wise and offensively, I think we can do it. We just need to be consistent in both ends of the ball.
John, who you got, bro?
I feel like I want to say the Bucks a little bit. Come alive a little bit in the end, and let's get to through the wild to a playoff appearance. I see the Bucks. They come alive. I didn't expect them to be this good this year or come alive like they have in the end, but they've been playing real good. Mike Evans, I remember when they have been running back start, so they team-wise are starting to come together. See them making a push for it. I wanted my father's team coming out the South, but I don't think it no more. They sort of running away with it. So I can see it sort of making a push for it.
Yeah. Yeah, we trash, bro. Not this year. Not this year, man. I wish. God dang. Andrew, who you got, man?
If the situation was,
Yeah, I agree. All right, Drew, who you got, bro?
Pains me to say it, but I have to be real here. The Cleveland Browns.
Woo, you
And
took my team.
I say it's painful for me to say because Flacco could have been a Jet, should have been a Jet since play 5. After Rodgers went down, Flacco should have gotten called right away. In fact, he even called the Jets before signing with the Browns. That could have been the Jets.
Yeah,
But I have to say Cleveland, it would be that team.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't want to see Flacco with the Jets because they don't have an offensive line, and I don't want him to get hurt in the pocket
Yeah.
like Aaron Rodgers. I feel bad for my boy, but I think the Browns. That's a good pick. I forgot about them.
All right, David, who you got?
My pick is the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, they've been on a hot streak lately. Even though they lost to the Ravens,
Who?
they lost. They lost on a special teams play, which rarely happens.
Different team, though.
Their defense has gotten better throughout the second part of the year, and their offense is clicking. They got Puka Nacua
Yep,
and Cooper Kupp.
my fancy
who are
team.
off. And Matthew Stafford is playing at a high level right now. I just think you don't want to see them in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a solid pick, bro. Definitely one of my teams.
That is a solid pick. I don't know why you're shaking your head, Bryson. You better be nervous. You should be concerned. You should be nervous, man. You better start praying, brother.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know if he all the way here. He just got off a long day of work and stuff like that. I do want you to remember that we 12-3, right? And, we just kind of
That don't be nothing. The playoff is the big moment.
It is.
And one and done.
Yeah, y'all would know about that, right?
Yeah, we know about it. That's why we're gonna do better this year. We're gonna do better.
Okay, yeah.
All right, go ahead, Bryce. Who you got, bro?
Really, David, excellent take, because that's exactly what I was agreeing with. That's why I was shaking my head, because it's like, dang, he took all the points. But the Rams, man, I feel like the Rams, they beat the Saints convincingly, and with the blemish of us beating them, they've looked very, very good. Matthew Stafford has came back alive. Puka has emerged out of nowhere. The running back, Kylen Williams, oh my goodness. It's like, even though it doesn't seem like maybe Kupp is all the way 100% of what he was, he doesn't have to be. So, I think this team could, make strides. It's tough because they got San Francisco next week, and they fall in the division with San Francisco, but anything's possible though.
Yep. So y'all took 2 of my teams. Andrew, the Browns is one of my teams for sure. Joe Flacco has been balling crazy. Like, dude was just on his couch and he's out there balling against elite defenses. And then the other team that you chose, the Rams. That was another squad of mine I was looking at. But I would say too, another team that I would probably say you just can't sleep on, and I know they having some issues right now, but the Kansas City Chiefs, bro. Now, I know they got issues at the wide receiver spot, and we're going to get into that a little later, but just the fact that they got number 15 back there, and he always make anything possible. Now, of course, they got a rough stretch right now, but I do feel like when they get in the playoffs, the receivers may play a little bit better. One player in particular has stood out is that guy Rice, number 4.
My cousin.
Yeah, like dog, he been balling, and he really done shown some folks like he can possibly be maybe a number 2. I don't know about number 1, but he definitely is a good number 2 option for them, and he's definitely been stepping up. And we know Kelsey, he had some off and on games, but he's starting to ramp up as the season goes on in the playoffs. And they did, and we all know Andy Reid, Hall of Fame coach, one of the best coaches in the league. I just feel like they're going to elevate when the playoffs come, and it's really going to help them as far as the other line. But I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl this year, but they'll at least probably win a playoff game or whatever. But that's just a team to keep in mind. And the Detroit Lions as well. Jamar Gibbs has been balling like crazy. That guy there is like one of the guys that I was saying in the draft. Like he was going to be that guy behind the one we got now, Bijan Robinson, and he's actually getting more reps, so he's actually showing what he's capable of. But it all continuously on Jared Goff. I'm not a big Jared Goff fan. I think at times he has shown like, okay, you pretty good, but I don't know how he'll play in playoff game situations. So
And don't
When the pressure is on, yeah.
they tight end, they rookie tight end.
Sam Laporta,
He's
man,
really good. Yeah.
you on my fantasy team, bro. Man, that Joker, shoot. You can arguably say, has he been the best tight end this year? Because Kelsey ain't really been having that. I mean, you know, the impact has not been there this year. Mark Andrews is out. George Kittle, you can make a conversation. But as far as that, I mean, who else is there that's like showing out as far as the tight end?
He's up there.
Sam Laporta is definitely up there.
Yeah,
he's up there.
Definitely top 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got a good chance, man. But that's just my 2 teams that I'm thinking they made a little sneak in.
And also, don't sleep on the Bills either.
I don't know. I'm done with the Bills, bro.
You done with the Bills.
Yeah,
Oh,
Stephon Diggs.
That one was
Diggs,
close.
I'm gonna say the Eagles. I'm gonna say the Eagles too. They can have a comeback.
Don't even talk about the Eagles. I'm done with them.
I'm serious.
I'm done
Even
with
with
the
y'all
Eagles.
troubles, it's expected. Like y'all still expected to do good. I don't see y'all just.
Eagles
We
have
haven't
not
been
played
good
well.
this year,
Have not
though.
played well all
We
year.
have not played good all year.
I mean, yes,
I
but
can't say
Jalen
that.
Hurts is
I
injured.
can't say that, bro.
But he haven't been playing good all year.
It's
Even
been
before
all
he got
year
hurt.
now. It's been all year.
He hasn't been good all
Nah,
year.
Yeah.
He misses
I did
his
hold
OC.
the best record in the league for a while. All right, I can't say that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, bro.
Record, even though
Come
you have the
on now,
best
y'all
record
just
from the
y'all
eye
couple
test,
weeks
we hasn't been looking
all
good.
year.
The whole year, bro. I
The
don't
whole
know
year,
what it is.
we've been playing the same thing, the same way the whole year. Turnovers. We've been falling in the first half, all our games. It's just the second half we pick it up.
Yeah.
They missed their OC.
They do.
Yeah.
Let's
Right,
go on
that's
to the
true.
next subject. Biggest letdown this year. Now the Eagles is definitely in that conversation, David. Even though the record we can
I
see,
agree.
yeah.
I agree.
So let's start with you, David. I mean, who you think? Is it the Eagles?
Of course, it's the Eagles.
Yeah.
Expectations, just came in off a Super Bowl.
Yep.
We got 2 new coordinators, offense and defense. I expect us to have trouble, but not this kind of trouble all year. Our offense hasn't been looking the same. Jalen Hurts hasn't been looking the same.
Mm-mm.
The defense looked horrible all year. We just been following everything we did last year. We're not doing this year. Turnovers.
And let me add this real quick before I go on to the next one person. The defense, bro. Y'all have the same defense from last year. What changed?
Coordinator.
The coordinator? Oh, okay.
Coordinator. And then Bradbury ain't playing as good as he was last year.
Yeah, he ain't been the same player. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe the loss of Hargrove. I don't know. Jalen Carter's been good though.
It's not the D line. It's the fact that our offense during the first half, we have a lot of 3 and out, so that leaves the defense out to dry a lot of times. And then the second half they pick it up. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We might be one and done.
Hey.
We don't see.
You
Hey,
laughing.
John, who your team, bro? Who you think the biggest letdown this year, man? Is it the Falcons?
Atlanta Chokers.
Okay.
If you ask me as a fan, yeah, it's
Hey,
gonna be the
Dominique, you shouldn't be talking about choking.
It's the Bears. I thought the Bears.
I know.
Yeah, okay, y'all can lie. Cowboys choked a lot more than us, my friend.
But guess what? We have 5 rings though.
I
So
can see that.
Well, stop
I
speaking in it. He
Yeah.
not Yeah.
Man,
I'm
no
trying to
way.
think. Was I
In the
born? Was I
90s, bro.
born?
It's
Nobody
2023.
remembers those rings.
Dang, was I born yet?
I'm trying
No,
to say
y'all
I
wasn't
wasn't
born.
even alive yet. I got them rings.
Name
So
3 players off
I was
that
born.
last
I
Super Bowl team.
remember.
I was born in 2000.
It's been 30 years since we won a ring. I know. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now,
All right, so who your team, John?
I
Let's get
Bears,
that.
I thought the Bears would be a lot better.
Who is your team, John? You said.
I say the Bears. I think the Bears should have been a lot better than they have
okay.
been. They made a lot of improvements, and I just better team. But they've had a lot of bad games.
Yeah.
The division for the Lions did come alive, but I think being a better team and making the playoffs for me.
Yeah.
As a Justin playing really good right now, and they still got I ain't gonna say a chance. I mean, it got to be a miracle for them to still get in the playoffs. But I just see them at least making a wild card appearance, especially with the addition of DJ Moore and all of that.
Yeah.
Hey, such is life. I just thought they'd be a little bit better than they were.
That's a good pick. I definitely see that. All right, Bryce, who you got, bro?
Bruh, I got a team that in the beginning of the year, when they made the acquisition of Calvin Ridley, thought they was going to come in and be hot, on fire. Man, the Jags have let down all the way. I mean, it's been terrible. Yeah, T-Law, he got injured and stuff like that. But even before the injuries, it's been a roller coaster. It's been up and down, up and down. And with the team that they have, their defense stepped all the way up. So you got, Travis Etienne, Calvin Ridley, and the pieces they had already beforehand. I thought for sure the sky was the limit for them. But they just been, again, complete letdown. In the biggest games, they looked the worst.
Yeah. Calvin really was supposed to be that guy. Yeah, that's true. All right, Andrew, who you got, bro?
It's a really good question. Jacksonville was a really good.
Yeah,
really
that
good
was really good.
The Denver Broncos, for all the talk that Sean Payton was spitting in regards to Nate Hackett doing the worst job with the team, and no doubt that was a terrible job he did. To be 7-8 and to perform the way they did against New England, that was pitiful. And now Russell Wilson is benched, so something is off. Something is awry there. Again, Sean Payton should have waited another year to take that Chargers job. But I think the Denver Broncos have been very disappointing this year. They have the team again, very good defense, good receiver, Darren Sutton, but another disappointing finish looking like and out of the playoffs way looking right now.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it before I get to you, Dominique, because he mentioned the team. The Chargers has been a letdown.
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah, because when you look at their roster, Austin Eckler, it could, age may have a big thing to do with it. He ain't had the same production. Keenan Allen was fired to start the season. Then he got hurt. Mike Williams out for the season. Justin Herbert got hurt. And then you look on the defense, you got some the defense, even though they got the worst defense in the league probably, but they got Asante Samuel Jr. over there. They got Bosa over there. You got Khalil Mack. And I'm like, they the worst defense in the league. And it's like the coaching, Brandon Staley, I think, is the biggest problem.
Hey, once he got let go, then they look better.
Man, what? And then Kellen Moore, I thought Kellen Moore was going to bring something. Dominique.
No, that nigga sucked, bro.
Right. Hey, you was right. You called it.
Hey, yeah, you're right.
You called it, bro. I thought he was finna turn heads over there. I said, well, he gonna make Justin Herbert one, but
he did. They was looking good at the beginning with Justin
they
Herbert.
were, yeah. And it just cooled off. Yeah. Go ahead, Don. You said the Chargers was your team?
Oh yeah, I said the Chargers because they have good talent on that team. It doesn't make sense for them to be this bad.
They don't.
They have Herbert. They got Eckler. They got Keenan Allen. They got good defensive linemen. Yeah. So there's no excuse for them to be that bad.
That's what
I'm glad that coach got fired. So they need to start over and refresh because I think if they can keep this up, that good team like Herbert, Allen, they're wasting talent.
Yeah.
And as they get older and older, it's going to get worse and worse. And so hopefully I'm hoping Bill Belichick will coach that team because I think he can change that team around.
I'm gonna say this once again: the Chargers chose Brandon Staley over Brian Daboll.
Mm. That's right. That's the New York Giants coach. Yep. Ooh, I bet they hate that.
Yeah.
But they're cheap. You know, that's a cheap franchise also. That's probably why I didn't get rid of Staley last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even if Belichick do come over there, he gonna definitely fix that defense, but it's still offense.
Oh, yeah.
They gotta get that together.
He just don't need.
He's gonna bring Josh
offensive
McDaniels
player.
over there. That's probably what he's going to do.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even worse.
Josh,
Nah, he's good as an offensive.
No, he's good as a coordinator, not a coach.
he's good as an OC.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he sucks as a coach.
No, not the head coach. No.
Need to stop picking offensive players. Bill Belichick needs to stop picking offensive players.
That's
Yeah,
why
I
Chargers is perfect. He doesn't have to do any picking.
It's already there, right?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let's get into the next one. This is a good one. Which NFL player, and I meant to say which NFL player injury has affected his team the most? So think for a second, all the injuries that have displayed throughout the whole season, especially quarterbacks. Now, which one do you think has affected his team the most? And John, we'll start with you on this one. What NFL player injury has affected his team the most to you?
I'm gonna go. I mean, the obvious one is Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
Yeah.
That's it. End of discussion.
I think we can do that. in unison. I don't even think this.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
forgot
agree.
that
Yeah, I mean, like I
forgot
said,
that
they've
That's crazy.
been horrible, man. Quarterback play has been bad. I don't think it was fair to blame everything on Zach Wilson because I felt like if he got that year behind Aaron Rodgers, maybe two, he could have come out of there, but throwing them right back into the
Agreed.
fire and start sitting them and starting sitting them. That he's not doing nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers for sure. Especially to go out the way he did in the first game, and it just been bad. It just been bad. But yeah, I would say Aaron Rodgers probably affected his team the most out of anybody this year.
Yeah. That's definitely number one for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dominique, who you got, bro? What NFL player?
Yeah, I said the same thing. The Jets.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing in Zach Wilson. He went to BYU, and me personally, I don't think he deserved to be in the NFL. He's not that good. They have good defense, but they need a quarterback, and Aaron Rodgers was the guy, so he got hurt.
Yeah.
And so now that team is struggling. So a quarterback makes a huge difference on the team. You got high expectations. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He won a Super Bowl MVP. I feel like if Aaron Rodgers stayed healthy, he can take that team all the way to the playoffs, maybe even to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. About like
Andrew, who you got?
Yeah, same.
I know you're gonna say your Jets.
Yeah, it was Rodgers. Yeah, that one it affected everybody and everything. It affected everyone from the players, and even what Aaron Rodgers mentioned said to Garrett Wilson, just like, sorry, kid. So that was supposed to be the tandem that I was really looking forward to seeing, and just all the way across the board, and even from the players that that came, Lazard, Cook, they were all for Rodgers. So when he went down, yeah, it just like everything changed. Coaching wasn't the same, and yeah, it was just bad. It was just terrible. It was sad because he really wanted to be a Jet and really wanted to play. So it was just sad when he went down and the way he went down. Yeah, so hopefully he's back and fully ready to go by next season. Yeah, this was a tough year because there were playoff / Super Bowl aspirations there.
Yeah.
Maybe this will be a wake-up call, to protect your quarterback or get an offensive line, because I don't want him to get injured again.
Yeah.
True.
And it never
Right.
addressed it.
Bryson and Davis, y'all answered universal.
It is the only
It is.
thing.
Okay, go ahead, Bryce.
Okay. The only thing I would just say is just like it's so sad because it's the what if, factor.
Yeah.
You didn't get to see one full game from that man. Like nothing.
And that's crazy.
That's insane.
Nope.
And wasn't that his first passing play too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First play.
We don't even.
I'm talking about-
He did. Go ahead. My bad, bro. Go ahead.
It was so hyped. It was a great game. I'm talking about on paper. We was coming in popcorn ready, thinking about what this man and what this team could do, and for it to end without seeing nothing, that was probably just the saddest point. For me.
Man, what?
Yeah, I say the same thing. Aaron Rodgers, but I give you another one. Kirk Cousins, because they was actually going on a run before he got injured.
Yeah, without Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow too.
Joe Burrow too.
Yeah, Joe Burrow. That was my thing. My answer was Joe Burrow. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was the universal answer, but Joe Burrow was second because I felt like he didn't start healthy at all the whole season, and you hate to see that him go down in that fashion with a calf injury, because if you ever play basketball, of course we all did, and you know how we can hurt a hamstring or a calf muscle, that can really mess you up. And so he ain't been right halfway during the season with that. And then to turn around and be out the whole year, that affected that team a lot. You know what I'm saying? And even Nick Chubb.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see Nick Chubb right now with Joe Flacco. I will say that I think teams eventually going to start blitzing that man more and get him off his spot. But
that offensive line so good.
I was going to say that the offensive line has just been great. So
It makes a huge difference.
Yes, protecting him. And you know what? That's a side
Tell
question.
you how Sean Watson.
Yeah, I was just finna say that, bro. It's a side question. This wasn't, we didn't talk about this, but man, if Joe Flacco take this team to the playoffs, which he is, but then eventually, like, they win some games in the playoffs, and then you got Deshaun Watson come back next year, bruh. I don't know, man.
Hey, Cleveland can't get it right.
That's
Cleveland
crazy.
can't get it right for nothing. If that
You
happens.
paid that man so much money, bro, and it's like you got a
That's
40.
one of the worst, dumbest hires ever in the league.
What?
Like,
I mean, they had to take a chance because they was going off what he was doing the previous year.
they could at least give him like a 2-year deal.
Yeah, but he was going to Atlanta.
Probably wasn't
Yeah, he
taking
was
that.
coming
Atlanta
here.
at first.
Yeah.
He was coming here.
He was going to Atlanta. That's why they gave him that deal.
They
He was
got him for
coming here.
Give
But
him
the
that
thing
money,
about
guarantee
it-
money.
that too.
Bro, if Joe Flacco take these teams in a deep playoff run, bro, and you got Deshaun Watson come back, I don't know how the fans gonna, I don't know.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
I
You know what they say?
Well,
Age
and
before
that's-
beauty.
Good
So
problem to have.
Flacco got some experience under his belt, something that Deshaun Watson doesn't have.
He had experience, but he lost
Well,
it.
actually, he had it, but he looked right.
all
I
I
mean, he wasn't all that to me
Watson
when he beat the
agent.
Texans.
I want Deshaun Watson agent for anything, bro. I'm talking about that man is the ultimate finesse.
Yeah.
He finessed the whole league, man.
Yep.
That's crazy. And then they talk about not to go back on my Ravens real quick, but with the whole collusion thing, bro. In the beginning, you know how Lamar kind of like up for grabs and nobody even attempted to
Yeah.
even pay him a visit or bring him in to see what. It's just like that guaranteed contract literally scared the league of how just detrimental it is to the run.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy though. It just amazes me though that he literally was on his couch, bro, and they called this man to come in and play quarterback.
Now,
And
do you
he
think
like,
Deshaun Watson should be concerned about his job next year?
No.
No.
no, because he getting paid.
That's too much dead cap hit.
He getting
They
paid
paid
too much
him
money.
They can't
They
get
gonna
off that
play him.
contract. They can't get off that contract.
Yeah.
Nah.
No
Probably
one's
Even if they traded him, bro, they still gonna have to pay that man money.
Yeah.
they're gonna have to eat it. They're gonna
Or
have
they
to eat a
could
lot of it.
bench him like they did to the Broncos bench Russell Wilson.
Nah, that was dirty what they did. That was
I think it was dirty.
that was racist.
Well, Washington, you can't say- Washington.
hey, ain't gonna do my dog like that.
Not racist. Not racist.
Heck yeah, man. Sean Payton said, I don't fool with you. That's why he bitched him, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, I like Drew Brees. That's all I like.
They should rename the name Denver Rednecks or something.
Oh my
Bro, Bad Jock is crazy. That situation was crazy too.
Stats, bro. His stats, he was 26-8. So I'm like, that's comparable to some of. You heard me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, some of the premier, quarterbacks and so forth. It's like I was hearing something like they had to simplify the offense and all this type of stuff, but it was producing for a while. Yeah, the Patriot game, that I don't know what that was, but
yeah,
I don't know. But
his stats are identical to not
Pat Mahomes. Look,
Patrick
it's
Mahomes.
up there. It's pretty good.
Look at his stats and Patrick Mahomes stats. They in the same
very
boat.
identical.
They're in the same boat.
Yeah, they mirror.
So,
so I'm looking at it right now.
I just feel like Sean Payton, want another direction. And Russell Wilson too, he's very cool, calm, and collected. He a religious man too. So
yeah,
I think Sean Payton probably don't like that.
Don't like his personality.
Yeah, I think that got a lot to do with it too.
And when you come in and you already kind of like, now this is not your guy to begin with, it's like any little thing is just gonna add to that because you already didn't rock with him from the jump.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember Peyton took the job though. So
yeah,
that's on him.
Yeah,
it is on him.
Yeah.
And he even said this is one of the worst hiring jobs when he came into the league. When he came into the team, so
the team, yeah, true.
Well, you have to remember, coaches have egos too, so
Absolutely,
Oh,
Sean
yeah.
Payton is up there too.
Yeah.
Whenever you paying players to go hurt other players, I know that was a report that came out on him.
Yeah,
When with the Falcons, John, you remember that they had Devontae Freeman try to hurt Devontae Freeman on the sideline. Yeah, he's slick and dirty. He's a dirty coach. Sure. Yeah.
Didn't he get suspended for a year?
Yeah.
Everybody who win got a little dirt on them.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He known for that junk. All right, y'all. So move on. Let's move on to the next one. Which team has overachieved to y'all? David, let's start with you on this one. Which team has overachieved to you in your opinion?
I would say the Texans. I was expecting the Texans to be this good. I thought they was going to be bad, be a top 5 pick on the draft. But we can see that they have a really good coaching staff over there. CJ Stroud was playing elite until he got hurt. And their defense been playing pretty good too, and they still got a chance to go to the playoffs.
Yep. For sure. That nobody saw that coming. Bryson, who you got, man?
man, I'm rocking. I'm not rocking with, but I'm going with the Bucks for this. Just looking at y'all division, bro, at the beginning of the year, if you told me that the Bucks was gonna win and I would have laughed, I would have thought it was gonna be between y'all and the Saints. So for Baker Mayfield to come in and do what he did, take it. The team they have some good pieces on that team. Rashad White has turned out to be amazing. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. The defense has weapons and so forth, but I just didn't expect it. So he came in and now he's playing great ball. And I just didn't expect that. I definitely feel like they're overachievers.
Yeah. Even though I hate to say it, but yeah, you're right, bro. they're in my division, but they definitely have for sure. Dominique, who you got?
I'm gonna say the Lions. Last year they almost made it to the playoffs. This year they have a much better record. Offensively they're improving, even though Jared Goff can be sus sometimes, but the defense is good too. In 30 years, they haven't been in the playoffs, so this is a good opportunity for Detroit Lions fans to see them in the run. So I'm glad they're able to make it to the playoffs, and hopefully we can handle those boys this Saturday or tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, who you got?
Tampa Bay. I know that was commented on earlier. Baker Mayfield literally is saving Top Bowl's job because he would have been on the way out, if it wasn't for Mayfield's performance. And again, with Mike Evans, like there's a resurgence with him. It's a nice tandem with Mayfield. So definitely Tampa Bay.
All right, and John.
I'm gonna say the Colts. I think the Colts overachieved just a bit. You know what I'm saying? But where they drafting Anthony Richardson going down, Gardner Minshew stepping up, they played very well. And they still have a chance to swim making the playoffs, so wild card. The Colts overachieved a lot. Nobody seen them even really being a team with Anthony Richardson. Definitely not without him. So I say the Colts.
True. That's a good pick. And I'm gonna go with the team we just talked about, the Cleveland Browns. I didn't expect them to make it this far when Chuck got hurt. Deshaun was hurt, even though I didn't even really expect much when Deshaun was in. But when he was out, I was like, yeah, that's definitely it for them. And then Nick Chubb got hurt, unfortunately. And then all of a sudden, Joe Flacco resurrected them boys. Shoot, he playing their best ball. So I would say the Browns, have definitely, comparing to the beginning of the season, they have been playing really well. And in the playoffs, despite after everything they done lost with their players getting hurt. So I would definitely say they are definitely on one of them teams that overachieved this year.
Don't let playoff Joe come out. He's a different breed when he's in the playoffs.
Yep.
Flacco?
Yep.
Yeah. For sure. All right, good takes, y'all. So let's move on. We got 2 more questions. Super Bowl predictions this year. So let's just go around the room. NFC, who y'all got coming out of NFC? Is it the 49ers?
Who you starting with, Cody?
It don't matter.
Anybody. I said 49ers.
49ers?
And Ravens.
Okay.
I said we already seen it. We seen what the Super Bowl is gonna be. I think I don't think nobody's gonna beat the 49ers in the NFC. I mean, I know it hasn't been done in the playoffs, and that's the one knock against Lamar and so forth, but I think this is gonna be the year for sure.
Yeah. David, you agree? 49ers? The Dolphins?
49ers.
49ers. And what about AFC?
I'm gonna have to say right now the Ravens.
Ravens.
But I'm not too confident in that.
It hurt David to say that. Bro, I didn't know it, bro. John, what you got? Same prediction?
Oh, yeah, I take 49ers, but I ain't going to count the Lions out because I still make a push for it. You know what I'm saying? Something that happened. They're not a sorry team. O-line is amazing, really right up there. Running backs, their committee, him and from the Bears from last year, another running back. The receivers play good. The defense is playing good. So I'm not going to count the Lions out. It all rests on golf, though. And we've seen Brock Purdy sort of crumble under pressure when the lights are, you know what I'm saying? So I can see, Jared Goff has been to the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy is not. So I can see, sort of making a push for it. But definitely, 49ers. AFC, of course, the Ravens, I still, I'm not saying the Dolphins because, Lynn's a Dolphins fan. Dolphins, too. You know what I'm saying? I can see them have for it, depending on how they play. If they see guys like Bradley Chubb, I'll probably put them up there a little bit further. They had a couple key losses this year. That probably going to keep them from making it.
Yeah. It's going to be a good game. Baltimore and Miami. Shoot. Definitely going to see that. That's going to really be. Andrew, what's your prediction, bro? Are you similar or a little different?
Yeah, it's similar with the 49ers coming out of the NFC. Someone mentioned Detroit. If there's a way they can get the 2 seed, That would be really, really good because you never know. It could be, San Fran were to slip up, all of a sudden, road goes through Detroit. So if there's a way they can find a way to get to that 2 seed, that would be a big boost, for them, especially considering their playoff drought, over the years. And the AFC, from an intriguing standpoint, 49ers, Dolphins, tough to say as a Jeff fan, I know, but just from an intriguing standpoint, just in terms of, schemes and that whole bit, having 2 weeks to figure out Tyreek Hill, that whole bit. But the way it's looking, probably 49ers, Ravens.
I agree. And I'm gonna agree with that as well. 49ers and Ravens for me. I was telling Bryson, I don't know when I was telling you, I said this is, to me, Lamar biggest chance this year is definitely wide open for him. The Chiefs is not playing well.
Mm-hmm.
No Joe Burrow. The Bills ain't nobody worried about the Bills. So
Don't want to sleep on them.
nah, they ain't doing nothing, bro. Stephon Diggs. Have you seen Stephon Diggs' face, bro? He
It
ready
seemed like
to
he
go.
checked out. Yeah.
I know he's frustrated.
Stephon
know
Diggs,
he-
bro. Look at his stats, bro. The last few games, bro. This man
Yeah.
only had 1 catch. I think one game he only had 1 catch, bro.
Especially from a fantasy standpoint,
That's
you're definitely not
horrible.
happy.
Dalton Kincaid has went downhill. I don't know what the heck going on with them. So the only person over there doing good is James Cook. He been balling out,
Mhm.
but Josh Allen, I don't believe in them, bro. I just really don't. Their defense is banged up. Tre'Davious White is hurt. They lost a lot on that side as well, so I'm worried about them.
He misses Dable.
Yeah,
Dable.
you missed him for sure. To me,
Yeah.
so yeah,
I
I
just
think
hope the Ravens don't win it because you will never hear the end of Bryson's mouth.
You right.
well, hey,
You right.
The only
hey,
reason,
yeah.
the only reason why I'm not confident in the Ravens is because I haven't seen it from Lamar yet. So
Hey,
And the Dolphins, bro. I mean, the Dolphins are the only chance I would say, but I don't believe in Tua though. I don't
I
believe
think the
in
Browns.
Tua.
I think the Browns should be right after the Ravens. Should be the Browns.
Where you got the Dolphins? Third,
The Dolphins can go. I think the defense
don't
of the
believe in
Dolphins
Tua,
is kind of
though, bro.
stuck.
but I don't believe in Tua. I don't think Tua is gonna show me this week what he's about against elite defenses.
Yep.
'Cause
especially
they can mop the floor with any other sorry team, but when they
I
play
mean, you know, they
real,
gonna put your Cowboys up there.
are y'all going up there?
No, please.
I would love to say we
Not gonna put
can
your
go
Cowboys
to the
up there, man?
No, but you know better. Come on. You know
yeah. I don't want to be delusional, so I can't say that. So
In his heart of hearts, he knows he
No,
wants his.
no, not delusional. Not delusional. Just be logical. You know they're not going.
Dakota.
we have some things we need to work on first.
Boy, the Jets sorry.
Hey, they playoffs are done. They going through the road. They terrible on the road.
Yeah, we are terrible on the road.
Yeah, bro. All right,
We
y'all.
do not want to face his 49ers, that's for sure.
Heck no, y'all. You getting clamped.
They own us for the
Yeah,
3
it's not a good
straight
matchup for
years,
Dallas.
man.
Not a good.
Bruh, show
not-
some,
schematically,
show
it's terrible
something,
matchup.
show some fandom. Quit saying stuff like that, man.
Hey,
Stand up,
look, I don't
Man,
sugarcoat
just lay
anything.
down and take it.
I
Boy,
don't.
the Falcons sorry, but I'll never be like that.
I would never.
Hey,
Look, I can't.
I
You
would
want me to
never
lie?
take somebody on the
I
Falcons.
would.
Boy,
Bruh,
We look
what?
terrible.
I'm saying.
We look
Oh,
terrible.
Come on, man.
We look
Everybody,
terrible.
even with the Bills, bro, they have looked crazy terrible. I mean, they almost got beat by Chargers with no Justin Herbert. But this is football. So at the end of the day, they could get hot at the right time.
Any given Sunday, right?
Nah, it's still the Ravens to beat, bro.
It's the Ravens
That's
to
rocking
beat.
with my squad. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
it could be tough with anybody,
It's their biggest
Yeah.
chance.
Now, which
Their
the
best
Cowboys
chance.
face the Ravens?
bro. Y'all gotta make it through San Francisco, bro.
They gotta-
I don't
they gotta
have
make it
to.
to the road.
But I'm
They
just
gotta make
saying,
it
you
to the
should.
road.
I can't even beat the Eagles yet.
Man.
Right?
We did. We beat the Eagles already
Yeah, I
once.
sure did beat them. That's right. I
They
forgot.
blew us out.
I sure did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts gave you the ball.
Sure did.
Yep. That's your favorite. That's your best quarterback. That's your boy.
Bro, what?
Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and
Hey, he
Devontae.
back.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the last question, y'all. Wrap this up. So, what receiver y'all think the Chiefs need to go get next year to help Patty Milk? I call him Patty Milk. I've been calling him Patty Milk. That's just what he is.
Can I answer this one first?
Some breast milk.
He said,
So who y'all think they should go after next year?
oh man.
in the
I'm gonna
fall?
say Stephon Diggs.
They not
I
doing
know,
that.
I know he's not happy with the Bills or Josh Allen or that organization.
They not trading him to the division, bro. Uh-uh.
You right, but they should at least offer a deal, at least. He gets some help on offensively. You know, Patrick Mahomes, he needs some receivers that can catch the ball and not drop it all the time.
Who's gonna be a free agent?
If Diggs gonna get traded, he going to the NFC. They ain't gonna,
Yeah, that's how you would do it. Yeah, you can't let him stay in the AFC.
I say
You can't
T.
trade him
Higgins.
from the top.
Oh, that's a good spot.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. T. Higgins, bro. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
That'd be really nice. And he
Yeah.
a free agent too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a free agent. Who
Yeah.
else is a free agent? I
They
don't
can't, they
know.
can't keep all those receivers in
I know
Cincinnati.
Mike
D-Hop,
Evans.
D-Hop, bro.
No,
Oh, yeah, D-Hop would be a free agent after the season, yeah.
Yeah.
D-Hop.
Yeah, D-Hop would be a good little fit.
Mhm.
Let's get D-Hop.
Because they already got what's his name, bro? What's his name, Bryson? Rice? What's his
Oh,
first
yeah,
name?
Rasheed Rice?
Yeah. He'll be a good little compliment next to D-Hop. And then you got Kelsey. Yeah. I would like that. Would be a nice little move.
Oh no, Kelsey might retire after this year.
You think
I
so?
don't think
He looks
He was
old.
talking about it. He didn't, you know,
I think he wants to try to win.
I think he's hearing a lot of folks talking about them. I don't think so.
I mean, he is with Taylor Swift. Those Swifties, what do you think?
Yeah.
we don't need nobody coming for us, Dominique. Chill out. We trying to be up and coming, man. You don't mean nothing by that. He ain't mean that.
I didn't get my 2 cents back.
I don't know why the Chiefs don't just let Rice be the wide receiver one there. And he could just be a second read to Mahomes. Of course, Kelsey being the first read, Rice the second read, and just go from there. In IP with running the ball and just go from there. Run your offense.
I kind of feel like you, Andrew. My take is I feel like they should go just because as good as T. Higgins is, but his health has been a problem.
Andrew Cone.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's the reason. I feel like the Bengals will try to keep it together if this man stay healthy. And I'm not saying that this will always plague him, but his health has been a problem so far. So I would think somebody like a Mike Evans, to where you could bring him in, veteran wide receiver. He gonna be able to clip with Mahomes right away and stuff like that, and then kind of develop Rasheed.
What about Michael Gallup?
Bro, chill out.
Bro, who?
Michael Gallup?
Oh, y'all trying to get rid of him.
I know who he is. I was
That's
just
why.
saying, like, who?
You just don't want him. I know.
Yeah, no.
Bro, he play for y'all.
I don't want him. I want to get rid of him.
You don't want him.
I know. That's why you said that. I knew
That's
that.
why I said exactly.
I knew where you were going with that.
What they doing with Jerry Judy?
Hey, I tell you, receiver, Mike Evans.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
He a free agent.
Yeah.
What about Michael Pittman Jr.?
Ooh, I like
He's
him.
a free agent next year.
Who?
Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman.
Oh yeah, Michael Pittman.
Let
Yeah,
him
But
go
if
to
they
the
smart,
conference, so
they'll
unless he's a
keep
free
it.
agent.
yeah. That'd
They
be-
should resign him.
I think Jerry Judy come up this year too, don't he?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can see
You
him.
right. You right.
Hey, Judy got talent, bro. I don't know what's up with Judy
He's
though. But
inconsistent,
That's the
though.
only thing, bro. I don't know. Bro.
inconsistent.
I
Probably
don't know
needs to
what's
get out
up
of
with Judy
Denver.
though. He got talent, but I don't know.
Now that would be a smart piece to pick up T and then still go back and hit it again, hit the market
That's
again.
within division. They're division rivals. I don't know how that would, unless he's a free agent.
Now he's a free agent. He gonna be. I don't think.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think.
Then that's different. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then I can see that.
Yeah.
Kind of stick it to Denver. I can see that.
Yeah. And then he emerged as one of the premier. You're right. That's a good one, John. That's a really good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Thomas.
Clint Boy,
Yeah.
Clint Boy Thomas.
Huh?
What
I don't
about
think-
Julio Jones?
Not
No.
Clint Boy Thomas.
Stop it. Come on, man.
I don't
Man,
see
bro,
that.
go on, bro.
Michael Thomas ain't doing that, bro.
Go on.
I don't even think he a free agent.
Come on, bro. Let Julio, let him rest in peace.
I forgot that man still in the league, bro.
Man, Man,
He's
yeah.
playing for the Eagles.
Yeah, he's playing for the Eagles.
Man, he's
Yeah.
for the Eagles, bro. Man,
But he had a catch last game. He had one
The
catch.
bona fide dog when he
That's
was here.
that man is cheap.
You know,
Bruh.
I think Deshaun Jackson should come out of retirement.
Who?
Deshaun Jackson.
He
All
gonna
right,
get hurt.
boys.
Bro, he is washed.
He gonna get hurt.
Come on.
He washed, bro.
Good night.
Come on,
Good
bro.
night.
You need to go to
He's
bed.
still fast.
You must
Hey, on that note,
Good night.
I enjoyed this, y'all.
You think
Hey,
I think
man,
some of us
dog.
getting a little
Oh,
sleepy
hey.
over here. We getting a little sleepy. Some of us.
Oh, hey,
That man
hey.
said, "Son, watch it."
What are we doing here? What you talking about?
I think he should come out of
You
retirement.
know somebody's gonna say Randy Moss.
No, I ain't gonna say Randy Moss. That dude too old now.
No, I'm just joking. I'm
Randy
just
Moss.
saying.
Hey, with Terrell Owens too, huh?
Jerry Rice. Or Michael Irvin.
On that note,
It ain't too many good wide receivers out. It's really T. Higgins, Mike Evans, Michael Pittman, and that's
Mike
about it.
Evans will be fantastic.
yeah, Mike Evans would be good.
The other
Yeah.
ones is Calvin Ridley,
Calvin, really?
Brown, Gabe Davis, Darnell Mooney, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Curtis.
I mean, y'all signed him to a 1-year deal.
Gabe Davis is good too.
Oh,
He's so up and
Calvin
down,
Ridley.
dang, Calvin, really, bro?
Rip. They only signed really.
Yeah. Dang.
Hmm.
But what, if he
Wow.
wanted to go there, that'd be a nice little fit.
Remember, he was suspended for a year, so
Yeah,
I would like to see DJ Moore go over there. I'll demand a trade.
bro. DJ Moore just got to Chicago.
I know,
Right.
but I don't want him in that stupid team. That team sucks, bro.
They actually doing all right, man. Chill out.
yeah, they have bigger issues over there.
They got a lot of issues right now.
They beef up that
Yeah.
offensive line, but that defense looks good now. They
Oh.
beef up the offensive line. That actually could be a good team.
Spider.
What team y'all talking about?
The Bears.
The Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, Bears.
They
Oh.
beat Detroit in a couple weeks ago.
I don't know. I don't know about that franchise. It ain't about the players. It's about the franchise.
I can agree with
I mean, they're 6-9 right now, so
Ownership sucks.
Looking for another quarterback looks like.
That don't mean nothing. You can be Harold. You can be average all the whole 3 years. Still
The Steelers suck too, though.
yeah.
I think Mike
But
Tomlin.
can you really trust Justin Fields to get it done? Will he be the franchise quarterback 5 or 10 years?
we still don't know.
Yeah,
Shoot.
Justin Fields gonna come to the
I've seen enough from him.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing
Oh,
from
yeah.
him.
Justin Fields coming to
Well,
Atlanta, bro.
you got to think about this. The Chicago Bears. Their
Hey, he
best
better than
quarterback
Dak.
is Jay Cutler.
Justin Fields better than Dak.
Hey,
Huh?
I can't say that.
hey,
Oh,
Justin
hell no. No, no, no.
Dak on his birthday.
No. Definitely not.
Nigga, please.
Oh, snap. I'm just fooling.
Oh man, and they need a better coaching staff too.
Yeah.
Coaching matters in the NFL.
All right, y'all boys. Well, we wrapping up, man. We doing almost an hour and a half. Well, we done talked so much, but I love it though. We started it off.
This
man,
is awesome.
MVP. That was a really good conversation. A lot of good takes from y'all. So we're gonna definitely do this again. I know I keep saying that, but we need to get back on a regular program with this because I miss doing this with y'all. So
We need a playoff edition.
So especially
If
with the
y'all
playoffs
watching this,
coming up.
we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, Cody, you need to be more consistent.
I know it, man. Y'all gotta get on me, man.
I mean, he's a married man. He's busy, so.
I'm married too.
Exactly.
Oh, you're right.
Same here, man. We'll make it work.
Exactly.
And I got a kid.
Yeah, I forgot.
Same. So yeah.
I have nobody, so I have no excuse.
We could watch the Cowboys all day.
Hey, me and you both, Mark.
Spider.
Hey, let the boys have that. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah.
I just bought a Lexus, so I can just do whatever I want. So that's a good thing.
Ooh, man, Cody.
Yeah, bro. But on that note, man, y'all boys be safe.
You too.
Definitely appreciate y'all being on the show.
That's
And,
true.
that's gonna do it, y'all, for the night.
It's been fun.
All right.
David, tell your son we say what's up.
Yep.
Cowboy Nation.
Man, get that joke.
Ooh.
Y'all might not win a game in the playoffs.
Hey, bet on it. Bet on it. Bet on it. Don't get off. Don't get off.
All right, we can bet so much on it. We can bet so much on it.
Hey, 50 push-ups, both of y'all. That you said a game in the playoff. 50 push-ups, both of y'all.
I said they
I'll bet.
won't win the game.
Huh?
I said
We
they
won't win a game in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Who you talking about? Dave, you talking about the Ravens?
I'm talking about
The
the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Oh no. Hey,
Oh, we can make a bet.
What you
They
want to
don't
bet
win
on?
the game in the playoffs?
The Ravens won't make it to the Super Bowl.
Ooh, I bet on.
Ooh.
Bet?
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
I bet on.
You better
Okay.
bet a steak dinner
Yeah,
on
I
that
do
one.
50.
50? All right, we can do 50 then.
All right. And then what's it called? If we win, you gotta say Lamar to go.
I'll say it.
All right.
Hey, let me do my 25 push-ups.
Oh, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Take it easy.
All right, y'all.
Y'all too. I
You
got
too. It's been fun. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Let me
Yeet. Yeet.
see.
Yeet. Don't stop, big fella. Don't
Go
stop.
ahead, dog.
Yeet.
Ooh.
Yeet. Yeet. Yeah.
Hey, this is what happened when you bet against the Ravens. This is a word for everybody. Look at this man. We gonna make him swole. Don't bet against us. I'm telling you.
Y'all have a good night, man.
All right, man. Hey, David, that's enough, boy. You
Have a good one.
have a good night. All right, y'all.
All right.
All right, y'all.